Tonight, News 13 takes a closer look at what local governments do to help keep ocean water safe.
And with some concerns about the water continuing on social media, News 13's Brandon Herring spent weeks investigating how other beaches along the East Coast deal with the same issue.
He found some possible improvements, including one that will take several more years to finish on the Grand Strand.
Nearly 300 miles north of Myrtle Beach in Virginia Beach, Virginia, the Golden Sand and Boardwalk hide a major engineering feat.
It's been remarkably successful as an overall project.
Virginia Beach engineer Phil Roars says under the boardwalk is a 10-foot wide pipe that collects water that runs off from streets, parking lots, and rooftops in any impervious surface. Pumps push that stormwater runoff through 9 pipes underground, 2,000 feet offshore to the end of the pipes on the ocean floor. The drainage system is called Ocean Outfalls, and it's designed to protect the oceanfront from storms and flooding. Roars says it also protects public health.
Being able to discharge the water offshore away from human contact is clearly, we think, a human health bonus.
The first outfalls were finished in 2001, with more added in 2008. In the Grand Strand, there are also 9 outfalls, but here, beach development stretches about 2 times farther than in Virginia Beach. Out of 6 local jurisdictions, North Myrtle Beach has 5 of the outfalls. Myrtle Beach has the other 4. Cost is a major obstacle to building more. North Myrtle Beach estimates it needs $60 million more to finish about 6 more outfalls. The money would come mostly from stormwater fees paid in taxes.
Unfortunately, the federal government's been kind of on a hiatus and new starts for major civil works projects for quite a while now.
While outfalls do help get potentially harmful stormwater out of beach swimming areas, they're far from the only water management effort in the Grand Strand. There are lots of tactics to slow and filter water before it gets to the ocean, including numerous filtration mechanisms in drainage areas. Horry County even has one ultraviolet disinfection system at Pirateland Campground. However, it's a method Roars and others say isn't practical on a widespread scale because of the space it would take to run all stormwater over ultraviolet bulbs.
It's absurd, really.
As for chemical disinfection treatment, the EPA prohibits that. And even with the current efforts, or even more that could be done, experts acknowledge there's only so much that can be done to keep ocean water clean.
Natural bodies of water are not sterile. You know, each of us takes a risk, overall minimal risk, but each one of us takes a risk when we go into any body of water.
Nonetheless, keeping people out of those spots with higher bacteria levels is a potential area of improvement for the Grand Strand. Local governments follow the state's lead and use nearly the minimum standard from the EPA when it comes to notifications about water testing results. That delays public notice by a day, and advisories are just suggestions for people to stay out of the water around the testing site. Virginia Beach has set its own higher standard by electing to close swimming areas after just one test shows elevated bacteria. The city's public health director says it's a practice enacted in 2001, even before the city had its outfalls fully operational.
We wanted to ensure that we gave the highest level of protection that our city could offer.
Lifeguards enforce the no swimming notices with backup from police if necessary.
We're actively taking a part in ensuring the public safety.
That's in contrast to the more passive approach of advisories that notify the public through press releases and sometimes overlooked signage. But closures certainly aren't the norm in the Southeast. On the East Coast, only Virginia Beach and several northeastern states respond with closures as part of their normal beach monitoring process.
I believe in what we're doing. I think it's wonderful. I don't have the data to say that it's any better than the advisories that are out there.
Dr. Heidi Kohlberg says regardless of how water testing is handled, it's ultimately up to you to realize your risk.
What risk you're comfortable accepting, because there's always a risk with anything we do. Whether it's getting in our car and driving, walking across the street, or swimming in the ocean or a pool.
I have emailed nearly every elected leader on the Grand Strand to see if they would ever support closing swimming areas or activating advisories sooner after a test showed elevated bacteria. That was late on Friday, and by Monday afternoon, only County Councilman Gary Loftus has replied to say the ocean is fine, better than most. DHEC responded by saying, "We believe that our guidelines are protective for the public." I'm Brandon Herring, News 13.
And if you would like to see a change in how our area handles stormwater or responds to water tests, you can contact your elected official. We'll keep you updated if local leaders take up the issue right here on News 13.